Welcome back, Zoomers. This is going to be just sort of a off-the-cuff video where I talk about car current events that interest me. So, starting right off, there are some rumors that there is a new Nissan Z car in the works. Now, I'm sure you're all aware that the outgoing 370Z is incredibly outdated. I sat in one at the Chicago Auto Show, and it was just, for a new car, horrible on the interior. The car still looks really good from the exterior, in my opinion, but the interior is just so old, and the powertrain is getting pretty aged by now, too. So it's nice to hear that they're working on a new one. Supposedly, there was a 370Z test mule spotted testing out on the track, and it's plausible that they're working on something new. It seems likely. There are a lot of rumors about what it might be. A lot of people are saying that they're going to try to go back to a more retro design, which would be cool. Hopefully they do something along those lines. I think it would be really interesting. Um, a lot of reports are saying they want to get it up to like around the 400 horsepower mark, which would be interesting if they do. Right now it has 332 horsepower out of its V6, and it's a 3.7 liter. Really, we don't have much information at all, period, on it, but I think they really do need to push out a new Z car, and I'm very excited because the Z car is one of the last analog, I'm sure you're aware, analog, naturally aspirated, fun, basic sports cars that you can get. It's one of the last ones left, especially out of Japan, and it would be a shame to see it disappear. And I think the Z model's been around for a while. I think it would be great if the Z model continued. I know that Nissan's struggling a little bit right now financially. They've had some internal turmoil that I'm sure you've heard about, but hopefully they're able to make room in their lineup for the new Z, because I think it's something we really need in the car community. Along those same lines, there is a rumor that there's an RX9 or some sort of a new rotary car coming out of Mazda. Now, Mazda hasn't claimed to have been working on any new models as of late. It seems like they're more just trying to improve their current lineup. But there was an RX8 that was spotted testing with, like camouflage on the front fascia. So that's probably hiding like air intake work for a new powertrain, is what people are thinking. So that means that they're probably developing a new rotary engine. And if that's the case, what are they going to put a rotary in? A new RX car. Probably. I find this to be a little bit unlikely. I don't see them really putting out a new car of that nature. It seems like they're more trying to move in the direction of their SUVs and the Mazda 3 and improving those as much as they can. And that the Miata is sort of doing all the work for them as far as sports cars. So I don't know why they would make an RX9 right now. It would be amazing if they did. And I believe that they're working on a new rotary, but I don't think it's going to be coming out in any sort of new RX sports car anytime soon, at least, although I'm keeping my fingers crossed. So next we have the 2020 Corvette. I got to see a 2020 Corvette at the Chicago Auto Show, and they are I'm not a Corvette person. I'm very much an import guy. I like the Corvette, but I don't like it a ton. When I heard they were doing mid-engine, finally doing mid-engine, I was excited because I was like, okay, this is gonna be pretty cool at the very least. But when I saw it, I was excited for it. It looked cool. I wasn't a huge fan of the front fascia, but seeing it at the show, it looks amazing. It's hard to put it into words. Seeing it online does it no justice whatsoever. Seeing it in magazines does it no justice. Once you see it in line, its proportions are insane. It looks so good. I was there and I saw McLarens. I've seen a Bugatti Chiron in the wild in person. Like, I've seen all these gorgeous cars. And the 2020 Corvette, I'm not trying to compare it to a Bugatti Chiron, but it's up there with like Aventadors and Huracans in just how dramatic its styling is. I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't like those girthy air intakes, or I guess air ventilation in the back, and the engine bay isn't super dramatic, but it's wide and it looks so solid, like well constructed. And there's a lot of really nice angles, and it looks so flush and clean, but not in like that weird like concept car sort of way. It's just super nice. It's super nice. I love it. It looks fantastic. And it's a performance bargain. I'm predicting dealers are going to be selling these things for a lot more than the 60 or so thousand MSRP, but like 60 or so $1,000, 500 horsepower, mid-engine. That's amazing. That's so cool. I think it's gonna work out really well. This thing is a bargain. I love it. It's so cool. And apparently it handles well too. I'm just hoping they can pull it off. I think if they do, it'll be absolutely fantastic. And in the world of muscle cars, we've also got the GT500, which is also super cool, and I also saw at the Chicago Auto Show. And I'm a little bit less excited about this one. I thought I would be more excited, but I'm not quite as excited. But it's still awesome. Seeing it at the Chicago Auto Show, partially because it was in black, it was sort of underwhelming. I was expecting it to be a little bit more dramatic, styling-wise. It's like where the Corvette is sort of boring online, but when you see it in person, it's shockingly amazing. The GT500 looks good online, but in person, it's sort of mundane. But 760 horsepower out of a Mustang that apparently is going to handle well and is going to compete pretty dang well with its competition is awesome. I love Mustangs. They're a super cool muscle car platform. I hope the GT500 does well. It's a little bit expensive, it seems like, with the packages and stuff they're trying to sell along with it. But if it works out well, it's going to be a shockingly amazing car to see on the road. It's very cool, but I think I'm more excited about the C8 just because, you know, GT500 is going to be more limited in how you can get it, when you can get it. The C8 Corvette is going to be just the new Corvette. It's going to be the replacement for the C7. You know, you go into a suburb, like 2 people are going to end up having a C7. Like, imagine that, but replace that with C8s. Like, you're just walking around and then a mid-engine Corvette rolls by. Like, that would be so cool. And the GT500 is going to be awesome too, but there are so many special edition souped up Mustangs, and it just sort of underwhelmed me. But anyway, moving on, back to Japan. Actually, no, now we're going to Germany. Hey, the Supra is not real Japanese car. It's not the Supra, it's BMW. I also saw this at the Chicago Auto Show, Toyota Supra, the new one. I love it. People who don't love it, shut up. It's great. It's fantastic. The only big thing, why no manual transmission? Please give us a manual transmission Supra. Please. Why would they only make it an automatic? It's bewildering to me. But, so, new Supra, it's been out now. It's been released. But for 2021, they're doing another update. A day 1 patch, sort of. Year 1 patch, I guess, sort of, for the car. They're giving America the 2-liter, which is awesome, and they're bumping up the 3 liters power, which is also awesome. So the 4-cylinder that we're getting, which I think is going to be cool. A lot of people are like, why would we want a 2-cylinder? Like, who would buy that? 1, it's cheaper. 2, it's lighter. And 3, it's still going to be pretty dang awesome. It's going to have 225 horsepower for the US market. In Asia, they only get 225 horsepower, which is, I think, is awesome that we're actually getting a more powerful platform. Because, historically, we've always gotten the bottom of the barrel, the souped down versions of everything that was cool. But now we're getting a souped up version, which is awesome. It's going to have 295 pound-feet of torque, so 255 horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque. That is not slow. Apparently, it's going to get to 60 in 5 seconds flat, which is slower than the 3-liter, but that is not bad. That is really solid, especially for the price and the weight, which is good. And the 3-cylinder is getting bumped up. It's getting a horsepower increase. So originally it was at 335 horsepower, and then they're going to bump it up to 382 horsepower. Now granted, people who have dyno tuned the Supra seem to be finding it's a little bit more stock than 335, but I think it's like 370s is the most they've gotten it, like untuned, just dynoing it, stock. It's been revealed to be closer to 370 in some cases, I think. Not sure what that's about. But regardless, they're bumping it up to 382. And the torque is getting bumped up just by like 2 pound-feet of torque. Not anything crazy, just a little bit. But that horsepower increase is pretty solid. And that's awesome, because the Supra was a little bit underwhelming, because the old Supra didn't make much less horsepower, I think. Hold up. Yeah, the sorry, Mark IV Supra, right? Sorry, I'm just Googling it. Oh, okay. Yeah, no. The 2JZ with the turbos was 320 horsepower. And then the new one was 335. So barely an increase in horsepower. It's been all this time. It's the 2020 Supra, and it's been like 20 years, and it's only at 335, which is pretty pathetic. But 382, that's a decent bump. That's getting up there with 400. And there have been some rumors that they're going to release a GRMN version of it, which is like the new, like, very hot Toyota, like, super souped up name that they're using, because they have, like, TRD, which is like what they're more devoting to their off-road stuff, and then they have GR, which is more their sports car stuff, but then they have GRMN, which is like their higher up on top of the GR platform name, I guess. It's bizarre, but anyway, they might have a GRMN version that could go up to 400 horsepower, and that's just a rumor. I don't think that's going to happen, but 382 is really solid. That makes me super happy. I'm very excited about that. I love the new Supra. The Mark V Supra is amazing. People say it looks ugly. I don't understand. I don't understand why people don't like it. I think the looks are great. The cabin is claustrophobic. That's just a fact. And you have pretty poor visibility. It feels like a Camaro, but like, the exterior looks so good in my opinion. I absolutely love the new Supra. I think it's fantastic. Okay, so those are some car current events that are happening right now. I hope you found those interesting. I recorded a bunch of audio for this video, so I've got like a couple more videos coming out that'll be about car current events stuff, more Toyota things, some Subaru things. So stay tuned for that. I've got more videos coming out soon. Yeah, just trying to get through some stuff. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this wasn't incredibly boring. Leave your feedback. Press like. New projects coming soon. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks. Bye.